white Jewish or the red Jewish, but mostly they are white. And they are the Khazars. Because it was an empire who adopted the Jewish religion. They have been defeated by the Byzantines, and then they spread in Europe through Russia. From Russia they have been pushed in Poland. From Poland, you know, they went to Germany, and from Germany they went inside the whole Europe, including in Romania also. Yes, that's why I said it. Mostly north part of Romania are Ashkenazi, south part of Romania are Sephardi. Yeah? That's interesting because even between the Jewish, I didn't see a lot of them to get it this one. Yeah? And because they came through that German stuff, they speak a dialect which is called close to German, called Yiddish. Yeah, now you have it the whole one. Yes, and now we have a population which I hope it's no Bulgarian around it. In my personal opinion, and that's accepted by the American historian, it's very well connected with the Huns. Yes, the Huns came in Europe till here. They had been defeated by a famous Roman general, and after that the population who were with them jumped at the neck of the Huns because the Huns were very, very cruel. So they have to leave Europe in 400, let's say 400, 500. They leave Europe, they went here, they joined other tribes, Turkish tribes, or let's say Mongols, eyes like these tribes, yes? And they create a kingdom near the river of Volga, because they are called the Bulgars. They had a civil war, Mr. Kim, over here. Some of the tribes left Bulgaria, crossed Europe, yes, in 7th century, and they established here, which is now Bulgaria. They found here a Slavic language population. These Bulgars were just an elite. European doesn't like it, but I can tell you, majority of the centralized kingdom in Europe were done by this Mongolian Asian population, because they were warriors. The rest were peasants. And they came and say, we protect you, because they were the way how they were used in Asia. Yes, we'll protect you, you just give us the money. And that's why the language here, it's the language of the majority of the population, Slavic. Name, it's given by this elite tribe who was Turkish one, yes? So these Bulgarian were a combination with an elite of Turkish with very good knights, swords and whatever, and a lot of Slavic one, a combination between brunette and blondes. And they start to fight with the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire, who was here, being obliged to fight with the Arabs over here, with the Vikings coming from the Mediterranean, with Normans were called, and then with the Bulgarians over here, they had to deal. They look around and they say, we have no chance to defeat Slavic Bulgarians that we have it in the north. For sure, sooner or later, they will conquer our city. How we can conquer them? And the answer was through culture. So let's baptize them. Let's make them Christian, because they were pagans. Yeah, so let's make them Christian. How we can make them Christians? Give them the Bible. The Bible was allowed by Pope and by the Patriarch of Constantinople to be written in 3 languages. One is Greek, the other one is Latin, and the third one it's a language that was spoken by Jesus Christ. It's called Aramaic language. I don't know if you know the Aramaic language. And then Pope and Patriarch say we have to find a deal with this one. So how can we escape about this? They said easily, we will make them Christian. How can we make them Christian? Translate the Bible for them in their own language. But they don't have an alphabet. And then 2 monks from what is now called the region of Macedonia, we'll talk later about this one, Macedonian thing, yes, decided to write an alphabet specific for the language that was spoken by the Slavic. One of the monks was named Cyril. And that's why, actually, you know, I can give you a clue. He created an alphabet which is called Glagotilic. The real Cyrillic alphabet was done by a monk from Moravia. Yes, because Moravia was not Catholic during that time, was also Orthodox. After that became Catholics. I mean, Moravia and Transylvania are the place where the Catholics and the Orthodox went together. So after, let's say 80 years after, somebody took this Cyril alphabet and modified in a way that was suitable for reading the Bible for this population. Yes, and this is a Cyrillic alphabet that you will see it on the left side, on the walls. If you let me, I will. Cyrillic alphabet, which was after that used to baptize the Bulgarian, the Russian, the Belarusian, the Ukrainian, the Macedonian. Macedonian was the first, I'm sorry, because that was the place, and the Serbian.
Gracias a la escritura griega, los egipcios pudieron entender su vocabulario.
I don't know if it has if they have. I would say it's more with the Greek than with the Egyptians. Yes, I would say if we have to do it an academic talk about the writing, Egypt, it's in middle between the image like the Asian alphabet and the phonetic alphabet. Yes, from Egypt to the right on all the Asia, they are using like Microsoft, you know, the Microsoft way. You put a scissors instead of saying scissors. Europeans are using the phonetic alphabet. There is another thing that Egypt has separating the word. I'm pretty sure you all know, but you never thought about it. If you, I don't know, maybe in Oman you haven't been it because it's too far. Yeah? In Oman, you know, where they have the oldest mosque, they don't have the mosque tower, they don't have the minaret. Because the early Islam people do not use it, the minaret. The mosques were without the minaret. If you go at, I don't know, whatever, it's Bahayas or Bakiyas, there are a few other mosques over there in Oman without the oldest one in the whole Arabic Peninsula. Very simple, normal. Because they started to build the minaret in the moment when they arrived in Alexandria of Egypt. And they have seen the light of Alexandria, yes? And there was an issue between the Islamic believers and the Islamic, let's say, teachers. How shall we do it, the tower of the minaret? Round? Period that came here. But the way how they invented the language helped a lot Christianity, because Russians adopt the alphabet, Russians adopt the Christianity. So at the highest point of the Muslim pressure, you gain a new big nation who fought against the Muslim. So it could have been baptized the Russians in the Islamic way. So you have from Spain one hook, from Russia another hook, and probably that should have been the end of the Europe like we know now. Maybe we would not speak it in the same way. Maybe we'll do it, I don't know. You all having poker faces or whatever. Yeah? So that was a big event in the history of the world, because with the help of this alphabet, they Christianized the Russian Empire. Yes, that's the point that I want you to follow. Now, regarding the religious stuff, because there is another room with a lot of religious stuff over there, we'll discuss it on the way. We have time to do it more and more speech. Free time till 12 o'clock. Enjoy the exponents of this one. If you have any questions,
National Museum.
Christian and very strong Christian. You know, always when you convert yourself at the beginning, you are very, very strong Christian one. Yes. And, so I don't know. I don't know. Let's
Like reformed smokers.
exactly. So no, it's even in politics. It's like this new one coming are much more stronger than the one. So next in charge was the son who was just having the advantage of the Christianity. So the one who was Christianized, his name is Boris the First. Yes, and during the Boris the First, there was a important movement inside the Orthodox Church. It's a little bit professional, we'd say. We will call it the Bogomil movement. It means a kind of Protestant reform much earlier than the Protestant reform inside the Orthodox Church. It started here in Bulgaria. Waves of these reforms, which was trying to create a non-ecclesiastic state where the priest to be equal inside the church, being allowed to get married, being part of the population, more or less very close to the Protestants that we had it after 600 years, was called the Bogomils because was led by a priest which was called Bogomil, Bogol, yes, and that's why. Of course, the Byzantine didn't like it, the other one didn't like it, so these types of Bogomils came and tried to find shelter in the forest, somewhere here, was in the middle of nowhere. But they were very powerful, so the next king called Peter came and tried to speak with the monk who was in charge with the region. His name is Ivan Rilski, yes, to deal it with him because he was a sent man and sent him a lot of treasures. He lived over there with... sorry.
Too many insects.
Yes, I know. You know why? Because
Your
the
color.
color. It's okay. I'm okay. I can survive. Yeah, you just don't stay close to me. Okay, so I have it. It's the color is very powerful. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's interesting how they come. It's okay. I'm staying over here. Yes, like here. I collect the insects for you. I don't want to take it this one because they will kill me. Okay, so Peter came and tried to speak with Rilski, and Rilski refused. He said, "Just send me one single cup of gold." Which is sometimes it's a museum, sometimes it's because it's the only things that I needed. The rest, the forest will give it to me, everything else. Now, the question is how these waves went in the Western society. Have you been in the southern part of France at Carcassonne, where are the Qatar division? It was a very big revolt against the Catholics in the southern part of France, with the dukes from the southern part of France were called the Albigenses. Yeah, the Albigenses revolt. Actually, they are Bogomils. So they left from here and they went in south part of France. They converted the dukes over there, and then you see the Pope together with the big, let's say, English mercenary came and fight it in France. Yeah, there are a lot of things I will tell you in the past. I can't tell it here. That has been coming from there. So this is briefly the history of the community. The community grew it up till the 14th century when the Turks came. As I told you, one of the mother of the Sultan Mehmed II, the conqueror, was a Bulgarian. So she asked his son to protect the monastery. The monastery was protected during the Turkish occupation, but was so poor that everything has been deserted. One single rich guy built it for defending against the thief, that tower over there. Yeah, it was the only construction that has been done during the Turkish occupation. So from a level of few hundred monks, you arrive at a level of only few monks, yes, very, very few monks. Now they are revitalizing with the help of the business. If you want to do it pilgrimage, you can do it pilgrimage here and stay in the rooms over here. But you really has to be dedicated to God. Now, why we have these pictures outside? Have you ever thought why the Orthodox churches over here are painted like this outside? It has a reason. Population was illiterated actually, so they have to learn the religious through the images, not through the books. It was another major problem that I will tell you. Inside the Ottoman Turk Empire, the printing press was forbidden. So they have to use it like a book, what we have it here. Let's go and give you one small lesson, then we're going inside the museum, and after that we will